Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you had a good Saturday, kind of middle of the weekend here. So on tap tonight, we have a lot of basketball and a little bit of football. Our football is actually just memorabilia. We have an autographed mini helmet and an autographed jersey. And that's going to kick things off tonight because we do generally break in the order that things end on eBay. So that's what we're going to do again tonight. So first of all, before we do that, we need to take a look at our nightly random. This is a list of who is in so far. This is our nightly random winners up to this point in the month. Each person that wins the nightly random moves forward into Lucky U3, which is our customer appreciation break for the month of July. That break's going to be a week from today, so on Saturday, August the 5th at 6 o'clock Eastern. Doesn't cost you anything to get in the break, but the only way to get in there is by winning one of these nightly randoms, which is what we're going to do right now. So basically, let me make sure you're looking at the, good. I wanted to make sure you were looking at the same page I was looking at there. So basically the way it works is this. Anybody who's in a break tonight is going to be put right now into random.org, and then random's going to select one person, and then that person will join his friends or your friends, the other people, in the Lucky U3 Customer Appreciation Break. And tonight it is Mayhem 7C. So you are in Lucky U3. And again, I buy all the products, so it costs you nothing to be in that break. You do not have to be there live to participate and have a chance to take something home, but I do sometimes offer extra little odds and ends things for people who are there live, so you might want to, think about it if you're around next Saturday, jumping in there. So break number one is a 2017 Gold Rush autographed mini football helmet. This is the sixth time that we have broken that particular product. So that's always what the number at the end means. It doesn't mean that it's the sixth break of the evening. It means it's the sixth time we've broken that particular product. eBay end date, that's tonight. Our live stream schedule, that is right now. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it. Anything that says no bids buyback, well, that's just an unloved, unwanted orphan team. And if anything comes out for that team, it will stay here with me. You're going to see several unpaid things tonight. Unpaid items, those have been sold, but payment has not come in, at least as of 5 minutes ago had not come in. And I don't check email or eBay during the live break. So once that spreadsheet is finalized, it will stay that way until after the break, when I'll go take a look and see what other payments have come in. But of course, as long as you take care of paying me, I'm going to take care of getting you whatever you pull. So our mini helmet tonight is for the Washington Redskins, and I don't know who the signature is on this, and I don't know if it's going to say or not. Here is the signature on there. I don't know who that is, guys, and you guys may know who that is, but I do not. So we know it's the Redskins, and that's as far as I can get you. There is an authentication in there, but I can't, doesn't seem to have a name written on it, so you'll have to punch in that authentication if you don't recognize that signature, because I did not recognize it. And now I've made our camera kind of crooked, I think, from picking it up. Probably wasn't the smartest thing I could have done there, picking that up. Anyway, we know it's a Redskin, so that's the important part of that. Next up, we have a 2017 Hit Parade autographed football jersey. This is the seventh time we have broken that product. Same format as before. You'll see a couple of things that say no bids buyback. Anything comes out for that stays with me. You'll see a couple things that says unpaid. And in this one, there are a couple teams with question marks, and that is the Eagles and the Steelers. And that's because I could find no record of those auctions. Like, maybe I forgot to list them. That's possible. But I didn't get an eBay end of transaction on it. It didn't show up in my sold items. It didn't show up in my unsold items. It didn't show up in paid or unpaid. So I'm thinking maybe I forgot to list them, which is weird to have forgotten 2 teams, but I guess possible. So anyway, that's why it has question mark by it. And our jersey is for the Bengals tonight. Looks like we got a little Andy Dalton coming out of here. There is the Dalton name on the back. And here you will see there's the signature and the little sticker to authenticate it. So the Bengals with a hit with an Andy Dalton autographed jersey. And I don't even remember what comes up next. It's got to be something basketball. Oh, it looks like Grand Reserve is what's coming out. So let's get the spreadsheet up for that and take a look at it. So this is one box of 2016-17 Panini Grand Reserve basketball. That says break number 1, but that is wrong. This is break number 2 of that. I only had 2 boxes and we broke the first one last week, so that was just a typo, sorry. And same format as before, except there's tons of unsold teams in here, so this is almost like a personal box break for a few of you, right? Hey, that's always a good thing, as long as the teams that you need come out. That's what matters. And this is, Grand Reserve is a nice product. I guess really, at the end of the day, Panini priced it pretty high for the hits that are in it. I guess is maybe why it is not as popular as some of the other sets. But it is a nice set, and we will pull some nice hits out of here. Robert, I see you said awesome in the live chat. Did you have that jersey? Was the Bengals jersey you? And Preston, you're asking to buy spots right now. You know what, man? That is hard to do right at this moment. Mainly because I'm just not set up to do that. I need to do that. I need to get it set up so that we can process PayPal and sell some things on the fly in chat, but I'm not currently set up that way, so it would make it difficult, especially since we're already in the heart of the break here. And I realize you may have typed that in before now, but it does take a minute or two to show up on my side. And I'm going to take the camera off of autofocus because that just makes everything a hot mess. So we're going to take that off and see if that doesn't make things a little bit easier when we're trying to look at our cards here. So for the Thunder, Victor Oladipo, Tyson Chandler for the Suns, Damian Lillard for the Blazers. And here is an Ascent autograph. And that is Paul Zipser. I don't even know who that is. Paul Zipser for the Bulls. And that's number 7 of 75, I guess that says. I don't know who that guy is. And that autograph is kind of just one big letter. But anyway, there is an autograph hit on the Ascent insert there for the Bulls. Thunder, Russell Westbrook insert. Nuggets, Rockets, and Mavericks. I think that's, yeah, that is Mavericks. Had to double check that one. All right, so our base, we're just gonna buzz through it. Our next hit is out for the Hawks, and that is Dennis Schroeder coming out for the Atlanta Hawks. And I guess that is not numbered. Oh, it is numbered. Just couldn't see it. 7 of 25 on the Dennis Schroeder signature. Another Bulls, I'm sorry, that's Miami Heat insert, Tyler Johnson. Got Bulls on the brain at the moment. And here is our rookie hit that we're all looking for in here. Malachi Richardson to 49, and you've got some really nice patches up there on the top. So you've got 4 patches, nice on-card signature, numbered to 49 for the Sacramento Kings with the Malachi Richardson hit. And then we have an insert, of course, for the T-Wolves, and then a few more base cards. So just to recap our hits here for Grand Reserve, Malachi Richardson for the Kings, Dennis Schroeder for the Hawks, and then for the Bulls, Paul Zipser, and I don't know who that is, but anyway, Paul Zipser. Shipping-wise, I don't think I've mentioned it yet tonight, but all the stuff that we are breaking tonight, I expect will ship most likely in the Tuesday, Wednesday kind of range. It's possible that some could fall earlier or even a day later, but in general, that's kind of what I am expecting is a Tuesday, Wednesday kind of shipping range. Next up, 6 boxes of 2016-17 Panini Excalibur basketball. I scrolled down too soon. That is break number 4. It's quarter case, break number 4, so the last of the case. And same as before, you know, the no bids buyback stuff, unsold teams. The stuff that is unpaid means teams that were sold, but payment had not come in by the time the spreadsheet was finalized. And as long as you take care of sending payment, I will take care of sending you what you pull. Although lately, I gotta say, I have had a lot of people not paying at all. So obviously, if you don't pay at all, you're not gonna get anything except hopefully some karma coming around to you one of these days. But last couple of weeks, it's been unusually bad with even people that normally have bid with me and normally pay with no problem just suddenly not paying. It's been crazy. Must be something in the air. So I don't know what that's about, but anyway, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to worry about those of you who are nice enough to get everything paid and here on time, and we're going to try to find you some hits. And you guys know I love Excalibur. It's a series that I've always enjoyed. I like the card design this year in particular. It does have a lot more cards in it than we've had the last few years. The last at least couple of years, I think, 15, 16, and 14, 15, I think were all 60 card boxes or thereabouts, roughly 60 cards. This is 160 cards per box, because there's 8 cards in each pack, and then there are 20 packs per box. So a lot of cards in here. And I kind of wonder really if that's why people were not a little more, did I just lay all those down upside down? Why people were not a little bit more excited about Excalibur this year, if maybe they were thinking it was still that other format where it was, you know, fewer cards in general. I don't know. But it's a nice set, and it's fun. All right, let's get into it. Now, the base cards, oh, I already see a Panini Rewards point coming. These stupid things replace the hits when we find them, unfortunately. So that means we're going to have one less hit in this box than we would have otherwise had. And this we will divvy up via random.org at the end of the break. Someone who's in the break, of course, will get it. But I'm going to try to refrain from going off on my rant. But I'm really not a fan of Panini putting that in there. You will see some of our cards have a notation. The ones that say count are unnumbered. They are, I think, pseudo short prints, but they aren't numbered. Some of the others will be numbered, and we'll take a look at those as they go by. Ditto with the Crusade cards. Some are going to be numbered, some are not. And we'll again look at them as we go along. There's the... Oh, I just stacked that in the... Oh, man. I just stacked that in what we still needed to look at, didn't I? Well, we'll be looking at it again in a second then. Stacked it in the wrong place. Another Crusade. Basically, it's the background of the Crusade cards that will tell us whether or not it's going to be numbered. And if you would like me to change the pace on any of these as we're going through, please just jump into chat and let me know. Happy to do that. There's a little Jaylen Brown coming out for the Celtics. That is a sticker auto. And, of course, you've got a little piece of fabric over there. And that one is not numbered that I see anyway. Lots of inserts in here. And they're pretty nice cards. You'll like them when you get them, the inserts in particular. This one is marquee, and any that we see that have marquee on them will be numbered to 199. You can see the number up there in that upper left corner. So any base that goes by with the marquee designation, you know, will be to 199. Well, I don't know why so many of those were backwards right there. That was an unusual number facing the opposite direction. Kyle Lowry insert. This one, of course, is a Prince designation, and it is numbered to 149. So anything you see that goes through that has Prince down there at the bottom will be numbered to 149. Which I guess I should, maybe I'll just start setting the number aside. I know we've got a 199 marquee in there, but I'll fish it out later. Just in case anybody wants to recap the numbered inserts or the numbered parallels, whatever you want to call it. I will set those aside. Believe it or not, it's almost time to start thinking about basketball products coming out for 17-18. Our new class of rookies. We have it's collegiate draft picks, or, well, draft picks anyway. They're going to be in their collegiate uniforms. Maybe it's contenders. Technically, contenders draft picks is, I think, the name of the product, but they're still in their college uniforms. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe getting a little bit of that. Do you guys have any thoughts on it? Do you like opening contenders draft picks, or is that not a thing that you particularly find enthralling? Eric Bledsoe Armory for the Phoenix Suns. That is numbered to 99 with the materials hit for the Suns. Then, of course, we already pulled the autograph, and then the stupid rewards point cards takes our other hit. There's another marquee, so that's to 199. It's a Crusade refractor for the Knicks. Well, all the Crusades, I think, are refractors, actually. John Wall to 49, and you'll notice the background color of that one tells us that it's going to be numbered, so it doesn't have that same just plain silver background on it. This one is a Duke. Those are numbered to 49, so anything you see that goes through with the Duke down there will be to 49. Crusade for Kevin Durant. There's a little Ben Simmons insert, Squire. Going to be interesting to see how well he does. He's got such high expectations placed on him. But you know, he's got a lot of good players surrounding him too. So hopefully he'll come out ready to roll, and the Sixers will have a good year. It's a Tyson Chandler insert. Another Marquee to $1.99. Just a basic unnumbered Crusade. Russell Westbrook. Rudy Gobert. Malachi Richardson, who we saw earlier in the other product. All right, I'm going to set our base cards down here on the sorting mat and get them kind of out of the line of fire, so to speak. Gives us a little bit more room to work. This is box 2 of 4 in Excalibur. Of course, anybody who's jumped in midway here, Prestige will be after Excalibur. So Excalibur break first, then the Prestige break. And I didn't get, you know, a lot of times I break some of the older products for basketball. In fact, often I do. Didn't get any listed this week, but, well, obviously for ending tonight, I meant. But look for those to show up somewhere here in Friday, Saturday of this upcoming week. We'll do some innovation and some of our other oldies but goodies. All right, let's see what we've got here. Well, a whole bunch of upside down cards right in a row. There's another Marquee to $1.99. Grizzlies, Vince Carter. That is, I thought for a minute that was an on-card auto, but it is a sticker auto. It's to $149 on the Vince Carter. I don't know if any of you also are interested in baseball, but we've got Topps Chrome coming out this week in baseball as well, so that's always fun to get into. For the Pacers, sticker auto on the I can't say the guy's name. Nang. It's like, I don't know. I can't, you know what? I'm horrible with pronouncing the names. We all know that, but I can't even get close on that guy. This is, I don't know how, I would never be a sportscaster because it doesn't matter how many times I hear a name pronounced. If I can't get it fixed in my head, I'm not ever going to get it spit out correctly. That should be numbered, and it is to $149 on the Scottie Pippen for the Bulls. Allen Iverson. Hi, James. Yes, right now I am only on eBay selling. I need to get... I've been talking to somebody about getting a website set up back at the first of the year because I wanted to start selling some breaks through the website, and then I don't know, I kind of got put on the back burner, and then the people got busy and they couldn't come around and do it. So I hope to have in the next few months a website up and running, and I will sell some breaks through there. And of course, when I sell breaks through there, we can make things a little more fluid and do different things as well. Hit straps and you know, random team breaks and all that kind of stuff. So different stuff like that. Preston, I don't know what teams you have. Were you online when I put the spreadsheet up? You would have seen your, if you weren't, I can put it up for you again in a second after we look through these cards that I already have open. It shows everyone's eBay user ID next to their team. So I don't know what team you have in this break, but whatever team you have in there, of course, as long as payment came in, you will get you know, whatever cards you pull for your team. Does that answer your question? I'm not sure if it did, so let me know if that answers your question or not, or whether or not you need me to put the spreadsheet up for you again. I can do that as soon as we finish looking through the cards that are already opened. I don't like to switch off once we've already opened these. And then Rage is looking for the Jazz. All right, well, we're going to try to find you some Jazz hits in here. John Wall to 49 on that Crusade insert. That is Marquis to 199 for the Celtics. That is a Prince to 149. Okay, Preston, I will put the spreadsheet up again after we finish looking at the cards that are already opened. And that way you can take a look and see what teams you have in here. I can't always keep up with all my teams either, honestly. Of course, I haven't been buying into many breaks lately. I've been busy and I haven't really had time to buy into any, but I like to buy into them and I need to get back on track with that. That is a Duke. It is to 49, of course. It's going to be unnumbered. A little hit here for the Spurs, a little Kawhi Leonard, and that is to 99. I couldn't see the number on that for a second. Had it not quite in the right light. So a little Kawhi Leonard hit for the Spurs. Let's get all this going in the right direction here. Yeah, I don't know. Just this week, I have had a couple of different people ask me, like, they find, I don't know, I guess it's confusing because I say that you get a random card, and then, of course, we talk about the team free bonus, which is, you know, all the cards you're going to pull out of the break. And for some reason, I think instead of giving a signed index card, which is what most people on eBay seem to say, oh, you're bidding on a signed index card, and then they talk about what you get when you do the pull. For some reason, substituting an actual literal physical trading card for a signed index card or an autographed index card by the person who's doing the break. I don't know. I guess it's just what people are used to. So because I don't say it's a, you know, an index card, I think some people have found that to be confusing. So maybe I need to just switch it from being an actual trading card to an index card. I don't know. But I'm going to consider that because I've had a couple people ask me that this week. Okay, so here's our spreadsheet again. So I'm just going to, you know, roll through this. We've already kind of been through this, but I know you wanted a chance to see your name next to your team there. So, of course, again, anything that says no bids buyback, unsold team stays here with me if anything comes out for that. Anything that says unpaid just means team that was sold, payment had not come in. at the start of the break. I don't access eBay or email during the live break, so if payment comes in the interim, I don't know about it until after the break. But as long as payment does come in, you will be sent anything that you are pulled. If payment doesn't ever come in, well, yeah, obviously you're not going to be sent anything in that instance, and that's how that kind of flows. So this is box 3 of 4 that we are opening up right now. And this again is the last of this case. And if you just jumped in here in the last little bit, shipping on this stuff I'm expecting to be Tuesday to Wednesday, in that range. It's possible it could slide a day earlier. It's possible it could slide a day later. But in general, I expect the majority of the stuff we're opening tonight to ship out either, Tuesday or Wednesday. Assuming that the week goes as planned, I should say. Well, I think pretty much all the rest of those were facing the other way. Let me put this back up there for a second because we haven't talked about a Supersonics card yet. Seattle Supersonics, of course, they are the current Oklahoma City Thunder, so anything that comes out that says Supersonics, that is a card for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Cards are always going to stay. Gosh, sorry about that. I think Mr. John Wall's okay there. He didn't get all the way out of my hand, but got close. Cards always stay with their franchise. This is a Prince designation. It'll be numbered to 149. So if a franchise, the only exception to that really is the Charlotte Hornets and the New Orleans Pelicans. And there is a little bit of an exception there because, of course, you guys know the Charlotte Hornets moved to New Orleans and they became the New Orleans Pelicans. But when Charlotte started a new franchise team, the original Charlotte Hornets, who were then the New Orleans Pelicans, when they, because we had the Charlotte Hornets was the franchise, the new franchise, the expansion team. So anyway, the Pelicans gave them their name back. And when they gave them their original name back, they also, they had been the Bobcats. They gave them back the name of the Hornets. And when they gave them back the name, they also gave them back all of the history of the franchise. Bryce Johnson to 199 for the Clippers, and that is also a sticker auto. So because the original Charlotte team, who was then in New Orleans, returned the name and the complete franchise history to Charlotte when they renamed themselves the New Orleans Pelicans, and Charlotte became once again the Hornets. Anything that comes out for Charlotte just goes to Charlotte. But other than that, if there are franchises that have changed names or relocated or anything like that, they go, card stays with the franchise. Thomas, you're saying you have the 76ers in what? In this break? And I don't know what your user ID is. Again, I've just opened this pack of cards, so let me flip through what we have opened here, and then we'll bring the spreadsheet up again. Now, certainly it is always possible that I could have made a cut and paste error in the spreadsheet. I don't ship from the spreadsheet. I ship directly from the invoices that I print out on eBay, so nothing would ever ship incorrectly based on what is on the spreadsheet, but obviously this is here for reference. So again, this is the Excalibur break. I don't know if you're thinking of the Excalibur break or a different break, but this is the Excalibur break that is up here, and I show Iverson Shin Mew, and I'm assuming, is that not right? So you are saying that you have the Sixers in Excalibur. Okay, then I'm going to have to then we're going to have to hang tight for a minute. I've got to go look that up and see what's going on. So you guys are, I got to go into the office and I will pull that up. Give me 1 sec. You are quite right, my friend, that they have it in Grand Reserve, and I absolutely pasted the wrong thing in there. I apologize for that. As I said, I don't ever ship from this. I only ship from the invoices that are printed out from eBay, but still, obviously, I like for it to be correct, and I had clearly made a mistake there because he had... that gentleman had the Sixers in Grand Reserve, and I must have pasted it in both places. So I am sorry about that. I just now fixed it in here. So here we see there's the Grand Reserve, and that's where he should have been and was. But then I had accidentally dropped him in down here in Excalibur as well, and that should have been Logic Boy. So I apologize for that, guys. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't mess that up too often, but every once in a while I do. And it usually has to do with when eBay doesn't send me end of auction notices on stuff, which there were 5 or 6 teams tonight that they didn't, and then I have to go track it down somewhere, and then I goof up and do what I did there, which is paste it in the wrong spot. So sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know so we could fix it in the live stream, because I always prefer to fix the stuff live when I do something boneheaded like that and put in the wrong name. Whoops, that is a print, so that is to 149. Oh, hey, John. Yes, I just now see that. Yes, I chat. You guys, well, are behind. Well, you're not behind. You're probably ahead. You're typing it in. I don't see it for a minute. But also, I was busy looking at that spreadsheet, and I just now looked down and saw the chat. So thank you, John. Yes, for understanding that, and Thomas, you too, because yeah, I hosed that up. That is to 99. I definitely just screwed the spreadsheet up on that one. This is a marquee, so it is to 199 on the Rudy Gay. But we haven't pulled any real like big bomb out of here. We need a big hit. Well, there's Kevin Durant, so that sort of qualifies, but I wanted it to be signed. Aye. All right, so we did pull Kevin Durant fabric to 99, so that's nice, and Kevin Durant would qualify as a good hit, but I would like for it to have been signed. I want you guys to I want to make some money for you guys tonight, or if it's just for your own collection, then something that you want to send off and get graded at the least, you know. Time to see some fire coming out of here. Oh, and you know what? I got a bunch of stuff in the mail to you today, Thomas. Of course, your last name that I see on here and the last name that I shipped to are 2 different ones, so it took me a minute. I had to associate that in my head. You know, it takes me a minute sometimes. You guys know how I am. But I just got a big bunch of stuff on the way to you today. In fact, some of it a little bit ahead of schedule, but you have a nice package that'll be showing up at your house before too long. So something to look forward to. A bunch of cards headed your way. Another Prince to 149. That one will be unnumbered. DeMar, oh, what is wrong with me? Clearly that is Hakeem Olajuwon. I was getting ready to say DeMar DeRozan, like completely unrelated. Not even close to DeMar DeRozan, but for some reason that's what almost came out of my head. I'm telling you, that's the kind of night I'm having. My head is not translating well this evening to what's coming out of my mouth anyway. Our hit tonight. Oh, there's my guy Skal Labissiere. Played at UK. Now playing for the Kings, and that is also a sticker auto. Nice little Skal coming out for the Kings. And I haven't looked at his card value lately, but right after he had a couple of those breakout performances towards the end of the season, his card values went, you know, reasonably high, especially in comparison to what they had been. So I don't know if they're still at that level or not, but if they are, that's a decent little hit. The Kings are going to be, fun this year. Between De'Aaron Fox and the rest of their draft picks, and then the veterans that they're bringing in to pair up with them, I think Kings are going to be a fun little team in 17-18. I'm looking forward to it. And don't sleep on De'Aaron Fox, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, I know everybody's going to be on the Lonzo Ball craze, and understandably so. I mean, that kid is good. The kid is really good. And there were a lot of other good draft picks. It's a strong draft class this year. I think we're going to have a lot of good players come out. But don't sleep on De'Aaron Fox. I think he's going to do quite well. Of course, I probably shouldn't say that, right? Because I'm going to try to buy in the breaks to get De'Aaron Fox, so I should not say that and then keep the competition low. Make it easier for me to buy him. No, never works like that. It's always whatever teams I'm trying to buy, it seems like they're always the teams that everybody else wants, but I think we probably all feel that way, right? I mean, there's never teams that you want that you feel like nobody else wants. Comes back to get us all the time. But that's also part of what makes it fun. If you didn't have somebody bidding against you, then you don't have the thrill of winning, right? And I mean, there is something about winning an auction that just kind of makes you feel like, yeah, it does me anyway. That is to 199 on the marquee. Something about seeing that clock tick down to 0 and you're the winning bidder. There's a great deal of satisfaction in that for me. Indeed. Of course, lately I've used Auction Sniper more, so that's then you don't have to sit and watch. It just kind of places the bids for you right there at those last few seconds. So I'm not as much of a clock watcher as I was in the days before I used Auction Sniper. Although there are still people that snipe by hand, and man, I'm not that good. I don't ever get it to work when I try to do it by hand. Marshall Plumlee for the Knicks. Poor dysfunctional Knicks. Little Marshall Plumlee hit. Although the Knicks might get it together now. You never know. Let's see. We got to find out what, if anything, happens with Kyrie. And we got to find out what, if anything, happens with Carmelo. Although I think the chatter in general is that Kyrie might end up in some way with the Suns, either in a straight-out trade or a three-team trade or something like that. That is Marquee to 199. There's DeMar DeRozan. This time I can actually say it and be correct. Didn't mess that one up. DeMar DeRozan to 99 for the Raptors. Maybe I was just being psychic earlier, right? When it was Hakeem Olajuwon, and I'm trying to call it as DeMar DeRozan. Jabari Parker to 99. Marquee to 199, unnumbered. Well, I guess I shouldn't have flipped that whole stack. It was just one card upside down. Thomas, are you in the customer appreciation break? I can't, I put that spreadsheet up earlier, and you also know I never remember all the things that are on it because I look at so many different lists of bidders every night. Are you in that one for next Saturday? Can't remember if Random has pulled you out yet or not this month. And some more upside down ones. Let's try to fix them. Okay, so you were in, okay, I wasn't sure if you were in yet this month. So you were in the last month or in the very first one that we did? Maybe you said the first one. That is to 99 on the Jousting Kawhi Leonard. Unnumbered. Anthony Hardaway. There's a blast from the past. That is to 149 for the Orlando Magic. The Anthony Hardaway. There is Kyrie. Speak of the devil. I'm still kind of shocked that he's trying to get out of there because, I mean, I am, but I'm not. Like, I get why he wants to. He wants to get out of LeBron's shadow, and he kind of thought, Cavs were going to be his team, and then signs that big extension, and boom, LeBron's back a couple weeks later. But, that's probably his best shot at winning a championship is staying there and paired up. That is a Prince to 149. So I was a little surprised to hear that, as was everybody, I guess, that he's trying to get out the door, but I guess they're trying to make another super team. Joel Embiid to 149. There's the Greek Freak. That is a Prince insert to 149. That'll be unnumbered. Is that? Oh, it's Jerry West. Oh, Logo Man. He's the Logo Man. Which, isn't it weird that then he says, like, he doesn't want to be the Logo Man? He's like, ask him to change it. I don't want to be the Logo Man. I think it would be pretty cool to be the Logo Man myself, but Jerry West does not agree. So before we do our hits recap, we got to deal with this little sad fellow who replaced one of our hits. So we've got to roll over to Random. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab all of our team names out of here. And then buzz over to Random and figure out what team is going to take home that fun little points card. You guys proud of me for not going off on my rant about the Panini points replacement? I know you are. At least the ones of you who break with me often and have heard the rant before, I know you're proud of me. Everybody else is probably just like going, we don't know what you're talking about. That's probably a good thing. Okay, points card going to the Sixers. So that's coming to you, Thomas. That's all you, man. So let me write that on there so that I don't have to go back and watch this later to sort that, figure that out when I do the sort. Better to know now. So our Panini 150 rewards points are headed to the Sixers. To the Magic, Anthony Hardaway. And as far, I think all of these are sticker autos, so I don't guess I need to say that for each individual one. DeMar DeRozan to 99 material. Marshall Plumlee for the Knicks. Skal Labissiere for the Kings. I like that hit. Kevin Durant to 99 on the material. A little Bryce Johnson to 199 for those Clippers. Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs. Yeah, I'm not even going to try it. For the Pacers. Vince Carter to 149 for the Grizzlies. Eric Bledsoe to 99 for the Phoenix Suns. And finally, Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. And that wraps up Excalibur, not only the break, but the case. We don't have any more Excalibur at all, so that's the end of it. But we do have some more Prestige, and that's what we're getting ready to open up. Un momento. As soon as I get the spreadsheet up for that bad boy, we're going to take a look at it. And hopefully I didn't make any stupid copying and pasting mistakes on Prestige, but if I did, let me know, guys. Call it out and tell me if you see one. Preston, the cards will be shipped out. I'm laughing because it's like I've probably said it like 5 times tonight. So that's why I'm laughing, because I know the people who have been watching the whole way through are they get tired of me repeating stuff. Everything that we break tonight is gonna ship Tuesday or Wednesday, most likely. It's possible it could go a little earlier. It's possible it could go a day later, but more than likely it will go somewhere in the Tuesday to Wednesday range. That's everything that we break tonight. And what we are getting ready to open right now is one 2015-16 and one 2016-17 Prestige Basketball. Second time we have broken this particular combination. Of course, we've broken them individually and other things, but in this exact combination, the second time. And same format as before, no bids, buyback, or unsold teams. Anything that comes out for one of those teams stays here with me. I don't think we had anything unpaid in here. And if I did any weird errors with cutting and pasting, guys, please tell me and I will absolutely fix it while we're still live. But again, I don't ever ship from that spreadsheet, so there's never any fear of having your stuff shipped incorrectly, even if I accidentally hose it up and put it incorrectly on the spreadsheet, because I print out the invoices from eBay to do my shipping. Precisely to avoid any problems. I don't think I opened that box correctly. In fact, no, I did not. Oh well. I made kind of a mess of that, but anyway, we got them out. That's the important part. All right, so we're going to buzz through 15-16 first, and then 16-17. And 15-16 will have 4 hits in it. 1617 has not 4. I think, well, actually, let's just pick it up and see. It has 3 hits in it, 1617. 2 autograph and 1 memorabilia. 1516 is 4 either or. So it could be 4 autographs, could be 4 memorabilia, can be, you know, obviously some combination thereof. And you guys know we have a lot of good rookies we could be pulling out. 15, 16. And there's, you know, we're due. We're due for some some big hits in basketball. Of course, we did pull a Karl Anthony Towns a couple weeks ago out of one of our Excalibur breaks. But still, we're due. We're overdue, I think, for some basketball hits. We're kind of spoiled. Used to hitting a lot of Kobe, among others. And I feel like it's been a week or two since we've had a monster hit in basketball. So I think maybe we're going to find it tonight. That is, where is the number on that? Is it on the back? Good grief, I can't even remember where they're numbered. That is to 199. And on these bonus shots, the color of the foil down there will tell us what it's going to be numbered to. So now we know the red ones are to 199. Oh, here's our first hit coming out for, coming out for the Wizards with a little Kelly Oubre to 200, does that say? Yeah, 299 on the Oubre. And that's actually not in too bad a shape. Maybe a little bit of, well, more so on the back. You can definitely see a little bit of chipping right there on the back, but sometimes the front of these with the gold foil down there, it stands out, but the front of it doesn't look too bad. This is one of the bonus shots, kind of a teal sort of color, and it is numbered to 99. I guess where did I stack that other one? I guess I just stacked it right there, so good enough. That's what we'll do. I think the whole stack just needs to be, we just need to flip the entire stack. Insert for Kyle Lowry. This is a purple bonus shots. It is to 49. There's our teal one again to 99. I have a little advertising card. John Stockton. Next signature out is for the Celtics, and that's an oldie but a goodie. Tom Sanders. Sticker auto. Was that numbered? It does not appear to be numbered. But cool little veteran hit there for the Celtics. There's one nice thing about Prestige. There's always some good, a good veteran checklist generally in Prestige, as well as our rookies, of course. But if you're ever after veteran signatures, Prestige is a good place to get them. That's to 199. A little Anthony Davis. I would love for this to be signed for the Pelicans. It is not signed, but it is a materials hit for AD. And honestly, you don't see those super often, so that's still a nice hit for the Pelicans with the Anthony Davis materials. More little advertising cards. There's a LeBron franchise favorites numbered to 99 on that one. Nice insert. Dr. J to 199 on the Steven Adams. Oh, Karl Anthony Towns. Speak of the devil. Is it going to be signed? Please be signed. Oh, all right. Not signed, but you do have some jumbo freshman fabric rookie hit for the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns. little bit of chipping I see in both corners on the lower part, primarily because it's a darker colored card. You know, it shows up more. So two nice fabric hits in there with Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Davis. I wish they had been signed. Now we're into 16-17 Prestige, of course. And here we should find, again, 3 hits. It's supposed to be 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia, providing that they didn't stick us with any rewards point card or anything. I'm gonna move these into the little sorting area. Get them out of the way. All right, off to the races. Al Horford. Why was that backwards? Is that numbered? No, I think so. You know, you would think I would remember what's numbered and not in Prestige. We opened a whole case of it when it first came out, but it feels like that's been 100 years ago. I forget what was numbered and what wasn't. I am excited to start getting into the new basketball draft class, though. It's going to be a good one, I believe. Of course, you never know until they actually get out on the court and get to work, but on the face of it, it looks like the strongest draft class we've had in a few years, so hopefully that's going to turn out to be the case. Because I enjoy breaking basketball. There's a little Ben Simmons. Well, A.J. Hammons was stuck there for a second. Looks like we're going to have a Henry Ellenson hit. Let's just look at our other 2 base cards. And then we're going to flip Henry over here. And that is Freshman Fabrics 299 for the Detroit Pistons. That is another hit for the Pistons. This one is to 199. And this is Adrian Dantley. So, according to this, I guess he played in the 70s up through the 90s, it looks like. I actually don't remember this player, but I'm guessing if he played for that long, that the Pistons fans probably know him well. Oh, look at that. Back to back. Almost. Al Horford for the Celtics to 99. It's a nice little hit for the Celtics. So is that was 3 hits, wasn't it? Yeah, so that is our 3 hits for Prestige. So that makes it a little anticlimactic for the rest of our packs, doesn't it? But we may still find some good inserts and things, even though our hits have cycled through. you guys have any interest in opening some 16-17 Gold Standard, you know I'm a big fan of Gold Standard, and of course I've been opening the Gold Standard football since it came out. But it's been consistent in basketball since, what, 2010 or thereabouts? And I very much like Gold Standard. That is $2.25 on the Paul George. So if you guys have some interest in opening that, let me know. We've done a few breaks with it, but it's been probably more with, probably more with older years even than the current year. Dr. J. I don't know why. I don't know why I always think I have them like sorted the right way, and then I never do. There's always still some going the opposite way. Oh, that's, who is that? Oh, it's Chris Dunn. I was like, wait a minute. Chris Dunn. Boogie and David Lee. And of course, we will recap these hits as soon as we flip through the last of this base here. We'll take a look at all of our hits out of both boxes. We just move these on down the road out of our way. All right, let's see what we got. We have the Henry Ellenson for the Pistons to 99 on the freshman fabrics. Karl Anthony Towns jumbo freshman fabrics for the T-Wolves. And Anthony Davis fabric for the Pelicans. Oh, James, you want to open 15-16 Gold Standard? Yeah, I think I can probably still find that. I think that's still floating around out there somewhere. Al Horford to 99 for the Celtics. This is to 199 on the Adrian Dantley for the Pistons. Another hit for the Celtics. And then for the Wizards, the Oubre. And that wraps up that. So guys, thank you so much. I always appreciate you bidding with me, breaking with me, hanging out with me. I know it was a little off kilter tonight. I've got a terrible headache, and it's kind of just interfering with my whole thought process tonight. But I very much appreciate you guys. I hope I will see you again on another break. Meanwhile, of course, remember we've got the customer appreciation break. If you are in that, that is next Saturday. Everything that we open tonight most likely going to ship out in the Tuesday, Wednesday range, probably leaning more towards Wednesday than Tuesday. And if you have any other questions, always feel free to shoot me a message over on eBay, and I will do my best to help you out. Thanks, guys. You have a great night. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you again soon.